sounds already. 1 2 1 2 1 2. You won't be able to hear anything on that. Yes, another day Talk To podcast. I'm over here with Grant and Ben. This is gonna be huge. Okay, first things first. Before I just move on, before we talk about what we want to talk about, I just want to say rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Okay, just for all the fans over there. I'm a huge fan himself. Rest in peace. Condolences to all his families and all that. And it's a sad day for hip hop. Okay, now let's move on. So, guys, introduce yourselves. Grant and Ben. Who wants to go first?
Hey, this is Benji here. I need to go closer to the microphone.
Yes, because you're like far away.
Hi, this is Benjamin here.
Alright, so that's Ben. You probably heard him last time. I have Grant here with me.
What's up, guys?
What's your podcast, man? Do your thing.
So, I'm from the blaa podcast. That's blaa with 2 A's, not a H. We've been doing show for about a year and a half now.
Mm-hmm.
We have about 50 episodes altogether.
Who's we? How many?
So it's me, Jason, and William. So it originally started with myself and Jason, who just said one day, "Fuck it, we'll do a podcast." Do you want me to curse? Am I like curse?
Are you the ringleader?
Not too much.
I'm like
we're
the
trying not
host,
too
I
much.
guess. More so than anything.
Suits.
So it was easy. It was easy for me to kind of, because I have a background in all this anyway, just from college and stuff.
Multimedia, is that what you
I
did?
did multimedia and wit, so it kind of led me in that direction. So I just wanted to do something cool like that. It's the blaa podcast. Just search it anywhere. You'll find it on all social media.
Yeah, so that's BLA.
No, 2 A's. There's 2 A's.
Oh, there's 2 A's.
Yeah,
BLAA.
Yeah.
3 times. You'll find it. I eventually found it anyway. Okay, so I enjoy the podcast. You guys talk about wrestling a lot, is that?
We do actually, which is kind of strange because I'm the only wrestling fan. Actually.
Oh, so you know, yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. The lads are just sitting there listening to me rant about wrestling for it's not the whole time. Mostly kind of pop culture kind of things, you know, like comic books and movies and stuff.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
At the moment?
Yeah.
You a wrestling fan? All right.
Well, when
Why
I was a
are you talking
child. When I was a child.
Altogether, it was
I know,
always Shawn Michaels. Always. When I was,
Oh
for
yeah,
years,
he's
for
like my
years.
wrestling as well.
Yeah,
It's
but
like my favorite one as well. Did you read his book? I think I read one of his book. But people always call him as like he's like one of them people. No, not that, but like people always they think he's like an ass, like, you know.
He was like, there's like stories and stories
From back
in the
when,
back
when
in
he
the
used to
90s,
take loads
he
of
was
drugs.
an absolute dickhead.
Yeah.
And then he's fucked his back up and he kind of changed.
Yeah, he came in. He was like
born again. I think he
everything.
became born again or something like that. So
My favorite thing with wrestling was when I was a kid, I would I'd go to my friend's house on weekends and watch wrestling and then play it out on the couch.
Everyone did
yeah.
Like,
Everyone did that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
even his little sister got involved and she would just get thrown like we're kids.
So, go on.
That was it. She
Oh,
got
no.
thrown across the
Oh,
couch.
and we're off wrestling.
There's just one last thing. Like, me and my friends had a trampoline. Like, we used to go to his house. He had a big trampoline. We used to just fight on that the whole time. We
Yeah.
didn't realize when we were younger that it wasn't real. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
used to actually hit it. We used to get like planks of wood and just
And
hit
then
each
just
other
hit
with the
each-
plank of wood. I lost like this eyebrow, right? So one of the lads got duct tape and
Yeah.
ripped my whole eyebrow off one day, and I was just bleeding.
I've never seen that in wrestling. bro.
It was crazy. Yeah.
I never see that. That was great context, great start.
Remember that feeling though when you're a child that you have less fear of doing like a back flip or a front flip on a couch. Now if like
Yeah, I tore my ligaments. I'm not doing that stuff anymore.
you're like a cat. Like, you know, when you're a kid you're like a child. Like you're like one of those cats where you just throw in and they land perfectly.
Mhm.
When you're grown up, it's like even those accident videos, I always notice like men hurt themselves way more. Like grown men, it's like they don't even fall. Like when children fall, it's kind of like, yeah, like cats, they just kind
They
of
get up.
land. They cling onto something.
But I think they have like more cells. I think it's because they have more cells than us. You know, any kids were born with more cells. As you grow, your cells kind of die. Cells.
Oh yeah.
As you grow, your cells kind of start reducing and stuff.
I just think they just don't care about. They just don't give a shit about anything. You know what I mean? Like, they don't realize. Like, we
Yeah.
at our age, we understand how dangerous things are. You know, when you're a kid, you don't really understand how
You don't
how
have to pay
dangerous something
bills.
is. Like,
nothing.
they're not afraid of anything.
You just have to
You
live
know.
life, man. Seriously, like, you know what I mean, back in the days, it used to be great. You know, you just have to sit down. Your mom serves you
Play
food.
PlayStation.
Yeah, now you have to worry about dating girls and stuff, boys, you know. I mean, seriously.
That's a nice segue.
Yeah.
That was a nice segue.
Yeah. See the way I smooth in there. I meant to do that. Speaking of dating, okay, this thing. All right. Any of you guys on Tinder? Ben, we know you're not on Tinder, definitely. Okay.
I went on Tinder just for the laugh, like obviously.
Do you guys go on Tinder for like ego boost?
I deleted my Tinder.
That's what I think it was.
Why would you? I wasn't near. I was close to delete it. Then I got like 3 matches. I was like, yes.
So
I'm back.
I was in like a long-term relationship with Jesus. Back in August. It ended back in like July or whatever. And I used Tinder then because I was self-confidence kind of thing, you know. Just I went off with like I got like, you know, with girls and stuff like that for like a month after. Then I was like, fuck this, you know, because I'm better and I prefer actually speaking to girls in public, like in face to face.
So you never actually met them?
No, I did. Like it's just
I've never met any of them. I'm just saying.
I only met 2 or 3 of them, and it was just kind of one of those like one and done things. But it was never something that I wanted to meet someone and end up with them. You know, that type of thing. I always thought it was like, you know, meeting up with someone and.
Do you know the amount of effort?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it is like that, like in some places. I know in Germany it's definitely like that. I don't know if Ben, you can vouch for that. Ben is Germany. I know in Germany it is like that. Like in Germany, I was there and I met people that were like, listen, boom, there's a match. And I was like, oh, let me try it. I got matches. So I was like, yes, I'm only here for like 2 days.
It's a game in Ireland. I can see that. Like it's like, I don't even, like at the end of the day, it's like those people are only going to fuck when they're best. Like, whereas
that's true.
Like,
it's not our culture to do that.
No, it needs to be like, you need to be so out of your own self, like to even hook up.
It's really weird. And like,
so long story short, Tinder does not belong in Ireland. Is that what you guys are saying?
Like, how many like well set up what's those things where people get together, like not gangbangs but
orgies.
Wow,
no, not orgies. What you call those?
Wow.
What, like
they're like, you know, like group sex kind of places. That,
as in like a, like not a prostitute, a brothel, not like
it's just,
I know what you mean though.
What are they called? There's a
I know
name
what he
for means. There's a name for doing that.
With people.
For taking part always
it's
in
like,
going to a house or
and then they have like it's like Jesus, orgy. Is it orgy?
It's like you go there and you're gonna get laid.
It's like,
that's it.
Like
Everyone knows what we're talking about. But there's right.
Hugh Hefner house. What's his name?
No.
yeah.
Okay, so my point.
My
point.
But
the culture, you were saying the culture in Ireland is not even close to where it is around the world. Like,
let's say they have those places. It's gonna be like, you turn up to one of those in Ireland. It's gonna be like, it's gonna be stanky. Yeah, you know.
That's a fair point. Like we don't have the infrastructure for that.
Are we not there yet?
No.
Are we going to get there someday? I'll probably be long dead or something.
I don't think so.
Looking down in heaven, I'm like, damn it.
It's not looking
missed it.
Because religion is kind of over. The grip that the religion has in Ireland is finished, and people are still kind of like, you know, I think that takes a lot more. Like, look at Berlin, or like look at they're still acting out from what happened with Russia, like the oppression in. I think Ireland's gonna go through that stage. Maybe Ireland's gonna become really seedy now.
Especially with Brexit, like the whole like, you know how Ireland has this whole thing with the UK, and we're always like, you know, there's times we're very like patriotic when it comes to like Ireland. So even the whole thing with Brexit, and it's gonna be a lot harder for anyone to get into England now. I think we're gonna become a lot more patriotic towards ourselves. If you know
Germany.
what I mean. Or Germany, maybe. Well, I mean, that's for me anyway. I don't know.
Can we get the 5 counties back? Well, you know what? 6. We're not gonna get in there. Oh, 6. My bad. My bad. 6. I'm not Irish.
I'm not like one of those.
Yeah. I spoke to a lot of those people. Very, especially when on 2016, when it was like 100 years. Oh my God, that's the time when I found out a lot about Ireland. I was like, oh my God. I was like, Irish people are just like black people. They went through the same thing. And I was like, cool. And I went through this phase. I went through this phase when I was just there. Like, I was like, oh my God.
Especially travelers.
Yeah.
they
in a
actually,
weird
like,
way.
yeah.
Hey, don't say travelers like that. You might offend a lot of people, but like
Travelers,
travelers are cool. I don't mind travelers.
By the word of traveler.
I don't. Do they like that
No,
word?
that's
It's
okay.
knacker. They don't like.
That's
Yeah.
That word.
you can't say that.
Is it not tinkers?
I don't know. Traveling
I see
traveling
two tinkers
community
are
is the
made
official
of-
term for them anyway. So
Yeah.
travelers, yeah.
Can't say that.
Okay.
What's that?
Okay, could you say that?
Travelers.
Knacker.
Oh no, God, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't call anyone that.
Yeah,
They
we
think
didn't
that's
call
really
anybody that.
offensive to a lot of
They
people.
don't say that word to each other either, like black people, so they're not like that.
Okay, cool. So guys,
Oh, I know what you mean now. Yeah, sorry.
listen. So I was like, every time I go like on Tinder, I notice a few stuff. What's up with girls that have like pictures of their dogs on Tinder? Like, I'm not trying to like date your dog. Like, what's that? That really gets in my skin. Do you understand? Like, you have the first picture you say is your dog. What am I supposed to? Oh my God! Wow! I love to make out with you. Like,
Yeah, I don't trust people who are in love with their animals because they're in love with an animal.
you're in love with your animal. What are you talking about?
Not in love.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, like, oh, that's an
Ben
animal.
switched from a dog to a cat. That's why we had a segment
Like-
the last one.
It's love, but it's not. It's not like I'm in love. Like, there's people you can tell they're in love with their animal. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of like you have to like their dog before they can like you, type of thing.
Yeah. What?
So you know,
Is that a thing?
that's a
we're
thing,
like
man.
agreeing. and-
What?
That's a thing. People are like, if my dog doesn't like you, I don't like you, type of thing. Have you never experienced that?
No, I never experienced that.
it's
Is there anybody
weird,
that had
dude.
dogs? I did
That's
somebody that had a
weird.
cat.
Nah, I'm not,
Yeah,
I'm
there's
not-
a
I'm
girl
not
that still
cat
sends me
person,
cat videos on Snapchat. I'm like, why are you sending me this? Show your face. Like, I mean, what is wrong? Like, I found out this thing. There's somebody who told me this joke. I don't know if it was somebody Congolese or whatever. They said this. The reason why dogs pee with the leg like, I mean, like this in the air. It was one of the dogs way back in the days. Do you understand? He was taking a piss. Like, I mean, the dog was taking stop. It was with his owner taking a piss. And dog was just taking a piss normally without putting the leg up. And then all of a sudden, they were like on a sidewalk. And the wall that was like, you know, on the sidewalk fell on top of the dog and the owner. And there was another dog behind it, seeing that, witnessed that. So then, from then on, dogs decided to like put the legs up so they can hold the wall.
I didn't know where he was going with that.
Someone told me that they decided to put the
hold
legs
the
up.
wall.
Yeah, when they piss, so they can hold the wall.
So you know how the dog lifts his leg up?
What wall is he holding?
I don't know.
How is he gonna hold the wall?
Like they're doing it to cars now. I don't know. It's just. I think it's just a tradition. It's just like.
Can I ask you something? You know that other dog?
Who
That's-
told you this? Sorry.
Yeah. You go first. Because I have a thing here. It's just
I
like,
think he was joking, but like I think
Okay.
we were drinking. But in my head, I was like, this dude is actually serious. That kind of makes sense. Like the dog, you know, like why else would they put the legs up? Like
It does make sense. Like,
to
I
hold the
believe it.
wall.
Yeah.
but like, do you really think the other dog saw that and he went and told all his dog friends like, hey,
Hey, I
we
don't
gotta
know how
hold the
dogs
wall up.
communicate.
I saw a dog fall. I saw a dog die by whatever.
They had a dog meeting.
Well, how do like trends work, or how do even like how does like the whole
For dogs, I
no
don't
the
know.
whole world like in terms of any species on it, how does it all fucking do the things at the same time? Like, how does that work? Like, if they have an evolutionary advancement, how does suddenly like a rat in China or a fucking a disease organism somewhere else is kind of like in harmony doing the same thing at the same time? That's what I always freak out about.
I don't
Like,
know, but
even
there
how
is
trends
this.
work. Why is like I think most people are like thinking the same thing roughly around the same time. Like, I don't think that there's one person who
Having a
comes up with
sole
it like
thought,
and
like-
is like the head of it all. No, I think like most people are like pushing towards the same.
So you don't
thing.
think there's like an Instagram the Illuminati would just say, okay, there's this dance, we can incorporate this, send it to this type of people, get the Chinese to do with the Japanese, then eventually the black people, and then nay, and then, you know, what's that?
And then us white people are the last people.
Yeah.
Always.
True.
It is like, it's like beating the dead horse when it comes to some of these things. But do you really think that there's like this one group of people pushing
I
all this?
think that I don't know. I
I
think
should
for
have
some
brought my
things,
tinfoil, man. I would have put my hat on.
where that 10-year challenge come from? Like, who started it?
What challenge?
The 10-year challenge, when people were posting pictures of them when they were like skinny and
I
then they
don't
had
know.
muscles in the other one.
I think someone just started it. Do you not think?
Really? And the whole world just incorporate that
Well,
thing?
I mean, it's kind of one of those things. It's like one person sees it and then another person sees it, and then it just keeps. It's like a waterfall effect. But like,
Ah, guys,
do you
come on.
really think?
2019, I don't believe that. I used to believe that like back in 2017. I was like, yeah, cool. Someone. Then after that, like, when something is done, there's always something new to come. I think there's somebody just there. He said, look, the groove is dying. We have to come up with something new. Seriously, there's always like a new dance, a new something. There's something appearing.
Sex
I don't
cults. We need more sex cults.
What?
We need more sex
What
cults.
does that have to do with
What are we gonna do?
what are you on about?
I mean, it's related to Tinder a little bit, but like,
Yeah.
if we're still on the Tinder topic,
I was
you know?
trying to
No, we're
figure
still
out
on it.
why
We're taking a
it's
pause.
Problem, like, because the religion was like a sex cult in Ireland. Like they had
the wrong type of sex cult, but it was a
Well,
sex cult.
what kind of right?
Well, what are
is
you
the
guys
right
talking
kind
about?
of
Is that
sex
the
cult?
one with the priests and
all
stuff?
all the priests.
Yeah,
that's a sex cult.
yeah.
right?
We're not gonna get it.
Nasty shit, wasn't it?
Well, what sex cult isn't nasty shit?
That's true. that was like pedophilia, wasn't it?
I think it was everything.
I
I think it was everything.
like that was when I was younger. When I found out that type of stuff about the church, like because I was brought up in a Catholic house, right? And when I found out that was immediately what turned me off everything to do with Catholic Church.
Church.
Like I'm not a religious person, but I do believe in a God.
Oh, yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
agnostic.
Yeah. Me
Agnostic.
too. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm
So-
Rastafari. I
and
wasn't baptized or anything.
Yo, what? Rastafari? Is that a religion? Do you just throw it in? Where's your dreads? I'm just supposed to have dreads.
I didn't. I don't know.
Rastafari.
Did you guys say Rastafari? You said
This
he's
is another time,
Rastafari.
another place. But I always just when I heard that just put me off Catholic, like the Catholic Church, you know. And I just thought it was a money grab, and they had such a hold on Ireland, especially. Yeah, they were just
No,
all the
just-
things. But they were doing that was their whole church in Ireland was like that as well, though. You know what I mean? They were
Yeah,
just
that
choking.
is like, yeah, just change and
Nah.
choking.
That's you guys think dating? I think dating is expensive,
You mad for dating?
bro. You have to be.
I'm mad for sex.
Like,
cults.
if-
I'm mad
if-
for dating.
Like, what do we do at work? We're not going to
I'm
talk too
mad
much
for
about
swiping
work.
left.
Yeah. But like, I think it's expensive. You know the way you have to prepare yourself and then
Well, I mean,
get somebody and then
if I was dating someone, I'd probably buy new clothes. Go out
there
and
you
buy-
go. That's
I
that
probably
is it.
Yeah.
And then you think about where to bring them, trying to impress. And if you have a car, you're definitely spending a lot of money on fuel.
Nah, man, just stay in my car. I need a new car.
Trying to date somebody who lives in Dublin or Cork or something like that. I usually prefer dating people outside Waterford.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, it's just a
That
thing.
makes a lot of sense.
I know because it's just I sometimes feel like in Waterford it's just like limited. Everybody's taken. Or unless you meet somebody who's younger, who's like 4 or 5 years younger than you, and you think like, oh my god, they're the same age as my sister. And you're like, no, do you understand?
Suppose, yeah, like I guess at my age, like I'm 23, so there's a lot more people that are in relationships
Yeah.
and
He's like
non-relationships.
the youngest one here.
How would you say?
23.
23.
Oh, damn.
I'm sorry, guys.
What'd you say that way? He's
At
not the
least-
same age as
How old
us.
am I, so? Just guess.
You still look about 19 though, seriously.
Yeah.
I know
Keeping it
Ben
fresh.
hasn't aged.
26.
No, dude.
29.
She and my best same
Fucking
age.
fresh.
Yeah.
Take it as compliment. Take it as compliment. How long you known?
I don't know anymore. I lost count.
Was it since college or way after that?
More than 20 years. 20.
Shit.
Yeah.
I thought I was here longer than you. I'm only here 15 years.
Oh,
Jeez.
really?
Yeah, I thought I was here longer than you.
Shit.
I was like, I'm definitely here longer than you. Yes, I thought you were saying like 6 years since college, since I met you in college. 20 years ago.
I,
Be
had
here
to-
way
I think
longer
I
than me.
pretend that I'm like just off the boat. Like
Yeah, I
just
think-
off the German boat.
Yeah, but I think it was that there was that stigma, that thing when we were in college. They were just like we immediately separated all the foreigners. If you say like, oh, you
Yeah.
came, okay, and they were like, oh, they just got here.
Did you go to WIT?
Yeah, what a
What you
shit
do
hole.
in college?
Yeah, we did graphic design. Me and Ben did graphic. Well, and then I dropped out of weight. I went Color IT instead. I was like, I'm going to the other side. Bye.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy college at all.
Yeah.
I don't.
At
I
first,
don't like the.
There wasn't much hooking up.
Infrastructure.
There wasn't like I don't know what this was.
Irish-
like. I was
Irish-
like, what the fuck is this? This is
Irish culture. Irish college culture is just literally going out on a Wednesday, getting absolutely pissed drunk, and then going to class, and then giving out about going to class.
you see, I didn't
That's
know that.
literally, but that's it though.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
In my head, I had all these visions. I'm going to college. All I'm going to do party, throw
That's-
after parties.
But man, that's it. Like, it's
And then
not,
that
it's not
movie
like
came out.
America.
Remember that movie Project X came out? Oh my god, I went ballistics. I was like, yes, this is what we needed. I've been telling you people, and I just
I always
throw
tell
party
myself
with like
that
5 people in it.
I wish I went to college abroad.
Yeah. That would've been much
Just to
better.
experience another lifestyle.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think anyone who's younger definitely go abroad.
Definitely.
Just leave. Well, that was my plan. I was gonna be like 3 years in college and then go abroad. I just wanted to get like kind of a foot. No.
Oh, so you're in Ireland? Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I just realized I was like, oh yeah, that doesn't make sense.
But-
Unless you went to college.
But yeah, with the whole dating culture back then, there was no Tinder or there was like people. There was nobody was going online to maybe in America, but not in Ireland anyway. Like
We had Bebo.
Hook up, like,
it was.
Yeah, but
it
we
was
had
the
Bebo
dark
back then.
ages
Did we
in
still.
college?
Yeah, in college we had Bebo or
People.
I thought
MySpace.
Facebook would have been around then.
I know. I think Facebook kind of like just like became big around 2009.
Facebook people were hooking up. That's why I think they got the
Really?
idea for
Was
it.
it
Yeah,
Bebo?
people on Messenger and stuff. People would just find
Yeah.
someone's face and be like, "Hey."
Yeah,
hey.
I wasn't doing that.
Yeah, it was just- I remember guys. It was like that's weird. Like you don't even know this person. You just write "Hey." Like
Would you guys date someone who has the same name as your ex?
I was gonna ask you that question. That was gonna be my question because
Stole it.
shit. I don't know. I'm on the fence. Dude, I'm on the fence about that because
Would you? I would never, ever. Unless
what
you
if
end
it's
up-
spelled differently?
I don't care. I'm not. I'm still gonna call her that.
I'd get off to it. I don't give a fuck. That's my thing. I feel like-
Like as soon as
I'm not judging you, man. Don't worry.
Whatever.
I'm not judging you.
if I'm on Tinder,
Personally,
if I'm on Tinder and I just encounter somebody who has the same left, that's it.
I'm like that with like my sister, and like same name as my sister, and same name
Yeah,
as
that's
my
weird
mom
too.
as well.
I wouldn't really mind that. I wouldn't be thinking about my sister. Really.
No, but like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah, it's kind of
when you
weird.
see it,
got
you're
me
kind
off
of
of
like
it.
that.
Yeah, same name with mom. Yeah.
I dated a girl who had the same name as my mom actually, but it was spelled differently, and it was kind of weird. I didn't realize at the time, but after I kind of think about
When
it,
you brought her home and you like,
yeah,
Mary's
the
here.
shit I got.
What?
the shit-
Oh shit!
Bro,
You're just some weird
disgusting.
shit.
It's warm in here, guys.
I know, yeah, I'm sweating.
It actually is roasted in here.
Jesus.
I was like,
Oh God.
Hold on.
Seriously. Nah, I was like, nah, I'm not.
This place is cool.
Yeah.
It's very
You think so,
empty.
yeah?
I did not know this was a place.
Yeah, I found out as well. Evan told me about it, and then I came up here and I was like, wow. And it's really big.
in work.
Yeah.
What?
I was like, what'd you be doing there? I was like, he was like, there's a podcast. I go check it out. And it took me 3 weeks. And when I finally came over here, I was like, wow. And there's like more companies upstairs. Because when you come down there, you see all this stuff that's
Yeah. Because like
And Flash owns it.
we have a studio set up. I have a studio set up in my house, like in a spare room, and we have like mixer and mics and everything. But I have one wall like that, and everything else is empty. So I'm kind of sitting there. I'm jealous because this is fucking nice. This booth,
surrounded.
it's very like for someone who's an audiophile like myself. This is just dream.
Top class. So when I saw this, I was like, sign me up for it.
What is it? What draws like anyone or to doing like podcasts, or what draws people to even talk? Like even people who are already talking, not even people who started. But what is it that there's now people are able to focus on just people having conversations, whereas we kind of thought like, oh, we need like more and more and more entertainment. Like it needs to be. But I notice, especially with younger generations, what they watch, like PewDiePie and stuff. I can't even watch it. It's too fast. But
What's
Uh,
they
PewDiePie?
need that.
Do you know who PewDiePie is?
No.
What?
Ah, dude, he's like the
I even know. What
he's the biggest YouTuber. Like he has the most subscribers still. Alright.
Yeah.
He lost it for like a week. I know he made a video congratulating the T-Series, which is like an Indian movie company. So I'll give you a whole backstory just to right. So PewDiePie has been the most subscribed YouTuber for the last 5 years, and out of nowhere, this company called T-Series, who are like an Indian movie kind of entertainment company, made a YouTube channel. So they had a deal with Facebook because they're such a multinational company. They made a deal, sorry, not with Facebook, Google. Every Indian that creates a YouTube account is automatically subscribed to their channel.
Wow.
So if you think about how many Indian people
How can I do that?
who create a YouTube channel, or you know what I mean, create a channel or an account on YouTube,
They
they
subscribe
automatically
to
subscribe to them.
Dude is
And
making
that's
mad
how they made. They're a massive company, man.
That's that Illuminati shit you're talking about.
That is
Right
that
there.
shit. Because it's like they have the control over the whole entertainment like industry within India. You know,
They're controlling
I'd
all
love to
us.
set up a media company.
I just started.
Ah, yeah, it'd be
Documentaries
cool.
and stuff. Like that's where I'm going with what I feel I want to do, like with talking and reaching out, because I think there's the world is kind of heading to an interesting place, but we're also like going to a kind of place that doesn't really make sense in terms of like people are saying, oh, VR is going to be a big thing, but a human will die in that. Like, I don't think you can actually like you can survive.
I think that's the end. I think that would be the end of human interaction. I think that would be it.
I don't see it because I see people hurling and shit. Like, what are they gonna be strapped to a VR?
Maybe not in Ireland. Maybe not in Ireland.
Like to a fucking VR system.
Yeah, some
or
sports.
Even me, good luck strapping me to a VR system.
But maybe not in Ireland. But once that thing start kicking in, like think about it. If all it takes is for that VR thing get to the same level as Facebook or any other these social media stuff where they are. Once that starts kicking off. Remember when the ice bucket made it to Ireland? We were just doing it because it was in other countries. But when that made it to Ireland, I was like, oh my god, they're doing it here too. The ice bucket challenge.
Oh, the ice bucket. I actually did that.
What were you? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
VR is gonna be the same thing, dude.
I don't think
it's happening.
That's kind of like VR. I think it'll either stick to gaming, right? You know, playing like just gaming straight up, or it's gonna go in this whole direction. Did you ever see the movie Gamer with Jared Butler?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen
it's
that.
It's like, so what that is, it's like...
They put him in a game to like go to war or something?
Yeah, so they got all these criminals who have life sentences, and they gave them a chance to
redeem themselves.
Like whoever wins the game basically they get free, right? So he was wrongly put into prison and all this stuff, but there was real life people controlling him with an augmented reality, which is a little bit different, but like kind of they were controlling them in the same way. They were controlling real life people with a virtual headset type of thing. So if it gets to that stage, which I don't know if that's possible,
we're
but
fucked.
Look,
then we're fucked.
I think that's happening as well, but also what I see is happening is like why is there this nostalgia happening? It's kind of like we're trying to just put a wrench into the gears and go like wait, like before this goes out of hand. It's like, where are we going with this? It's like, you know, what fulfills you as a human? Like that's like a question that I see people asking themselves as well now, and like I think exercise is kind of growing as well, and like you know, you can't strap yourself to a game
but I think
play that, because you get like every natural part of you is going to scream and run away from it. It's either it's going to scream and run away from it and die, or it just die slowly
isn't that happening
painful,
though?
Anxious way. Like
with Instagram, you have like I know you say exercise is kind of growing and stuff, but at the same time, there's apps now that you can edit your like chest. I don't know if you guys seen that.
Yeah.
On like I'm skeptical about people that I see on Instagram now. Like everybody I'll see, they post the image and then they are like, fake. Like for me, I don't know who's real anymore.
I'm skeptical about myself, like, and I don't do anything because it's kind of like how something cements you as like, if you take a photograph of someone, like the Indians used to say, that's like capturing the spirit, like you're locking the spirit or something. Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's deep. That's like, that's kind of like, that's true in a way, because like if you're looking at someone's face, everything is not like there's the material there, but faces morph as well. Like you see someone happy or sad, or their cells are just like vibrating really well. You just see their face in a different way. Like they're the kind of filters that you're meant to be concentrating about. It's like your actual well-being, not how you will look or how you imagine you should look.
Quick photography lesson from Ben right there.
Don't.
Like as a photographer myself, like I never liked the portrait pictures as much as I am a landscape guy.
Maybe,
you know, that type
I was the other way,
because I just love capturing the environment that I'm in. I will always edit an environment, or like, you know, a building or mountains or whatever, you know, whatever. But when I see someone and I capture them, like I'll want to edit, but I won't change them, if you know what I mean. I'll just brighten them, or, you know, kind of capture their emotion, because I do like the aspect of capturing someone's emotions. That was a really good. I really enjoyed that, like the way you kind of thought about it, you know, capturing the soul of the Indians.
Yes.
That's what drew me to that industry as well.
Okay, guys, 1 second there. Just not to mean to cut you. We're 30 minutes here. Your camera flashed for some reason. So we're gonna get you to stop. Okay, Talk to Podcast. You guys want to say anything else?
PJ, thanks for having me.
No problem, man. Thank Grant for coming in through.
Catch us on Instagram.
Hopefully we can do this.
Blaa 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 podcast.
Exactly. Talk
Thanks,
to
dude.
Podcast.
Talk to.
And that's pretty much it. Thank you.